You are the best person around yourselves to be here. Not because you just chose to watch my videos, but you chose to upgrade yourselves. Because I believe in you and you believe in me that we can bring about a change within every individual. And that is why few months back I started with 25 people on Skype, and now I'm at 75 and more subscribers. If you're really new to this channel, do hit the subscribe button, and that's how it will help me to grow.
Well, before we begin, if cooking or eating is just your hobby, there's a link in the description. Go check out that channel. It's truly wonderful. And do support, like, share that channel.
If you've been wondering why my channel name has a space between, like B underscore sometimes, it is an empty space that I want you all to fill in with your personality. For example, myself, B Shadab sometimes. B Shadab sometimes is an individual that who believes in himself, that can help you bring about all your achievements in spite of your flaws and your nature. I believe in you that you can achieve what you're made for. What are you made for? What are your goals? Why do you call them your goals? And most importantly, how would you achieve them? First thing first, what are your goals? If you ask this question to a 4th grade kid, he would say he wants to be a pirate. He would say he wants to be a cop. Well, some might even say they want to be a king. Some would say they want to be a queen. Well, more advanced, some would say they want to attend a reality show, participate in it, they want to go for singing, they want to go for dancing. But as you go forward in their lives and ask the same question to them a few years later, like as they go in the 10th standard, their goals would change, and these goals would be probably getting, to become a manager, to own a company, to be the richest person in the world, to be a famous person in the world, etc., etc. But as they go forward into their education and meet about to a certain career, their goals have drastically changed. Their goals now, it might be, working for a company, or even, just attending a 9 to 5 work hours, becoming a teacher, becoming a doctor, becoming an engineer, etc., etc. So why did these goals change? Well, at the very first benchmark, they did not set the goals that were realistic to them. Well, I don't say that you can't be a king or you can't be a queen. Well, you can achieve what you want, but you need to see your capabilities and other things. There's also a group of individuals around you all to whom you ask this question, and they would not even answer to this question because they are not even sure what their goals are, and they don't even know what does this mean. It is simply because they haven't decided, or they are just easily affected by the world. So if you ask the same question to the CEO of the Google company, Sundar Pichai, what is his goal, he would definitely answer that he wants more and more number of users. He wants to provide a better browser, a better Google Chrome, but initially his primary focus is the audience, is the number of people, the number of users. So he would set his goal to 1 million users within a year or 2 years. He would find out how he would reach them, how his browser or his application web browser would stand in the market and compete with other web browsers. So if your primary goal is to be the richest person in the world, your main focus, you should be main focused towards how you would be earning it. Unless and until you earn that amount, you cannot get into the horde of being the richest person, and you just definitely cannot be a Mark Zuckerberg, or you just cannot be a Jeff Bezos. And that is how you would definitely set your goals. If you want to be well educated, your goal shouldn't be well educated. Your goal should be passing out every exam that you could probably fall into an academic, Okay, you can just complete your bachelor's, your master's, your PhDs, the other all competitive exams, etc., etc. And that's how you can be well educated.
So if we are speaking about you wanting to become rich, so you should know that becoming rich is not your goal. You should get to know to what amount will make you feel rich. How much number of zeros in your bank account would make you feel rich. If you're thinking about getting famous, how would you get famous? By writing a book, writing a play, a movie, or getting famous with your dance form, getting famous with your work. So that's how you would define it. That's even more important.
That you have defined your what about your goals. Now you should also know the reason why you are doing. Knowing your whys is quite important. Okay, so now tell me, would you buy a MP3 player from a computer company? Like, for example, would you buy it from Dell? Would you buy it from Lenovo? But you would definitely buy it from Apple. You would buy definitely from some other company. Why? You should know your why. You would buy earphones, watches, mobile phones, and other gadgets that Apple provides. Well, there are other companies in the market that have more better market values, but still people prefer to buy these Apple electronics. Well, why?
Speaking of why, because Apple itself believes that buying their gadgets, it would enhance, it would upgrade your status quo. It is not other customers believe. It is the Apple itself believes in its products because they believe in themselves. So unless and until you believe in your idea, in your goals, you're never going to achieve them. Okay, let's just forget about Apple. Think about Eminem. He was a drug addict. He was a dropout from a school. Okay, yet he's a biggest hit in the music industry. Talk about Malala Yousafzai. If she hadn't stepped out of her door, do you think other girls in her society would be achieving or getting education before that? What do you think about Abraham Lincoln? He had a flop business idea. He lost for a continuous 8 years in the elections, and yet he is known as the greatest person in American history. If you talk about Walt Disney, his ideas were rejected. Why? Because the producers and other people thought that he lacked imagination. Okay, you are speaking about the Beatles. Beatles, they were refused. They were refused by the Decca recording team to record their music, and yet you have the Beatles walking on the streets and everywhere. You speak about Mary Kom. Mary Kom is one of the finest player given to the boxing industry or sports. Her family rejected her. Her family thought that it is not a very good idea for them to go out and box. Yeah, we have the famous J.K. Rowling. She herself was rejected by many publishing houses. Yet her novels are read, her books are read, her books are turned into feature films. And she was, even at that moment, even she was unemployed. So it doesn't matter what your problems are, what issues you have. What it matters is the dedication, and that's how the next question, how you are going to complete it. If you look at all these great people, in spite they have bigger problems. Everyone has challenges in their life. Everyone has issues with them. But if you do overcome them and you touch their goal dedicatively, you would surely achieve your goals.